Okay, so this is your last string coding back question on recursion. And in this example, we have to take in a string and return the string, except change any x's into y's. Right? So to help us first make sense of this, I'm going to do some very basic examples. So the first one I want to do here is just if you had an x, like just the string x, that was it, you change it into y. And similarly, if you had the string a, you would just change, not change it at all and keep that, and your output would be an A. All right, so as we get more complex, we're just going to take that same principle, but we're going to go letter by letter. So basically, if I have code X here, right, so C is not X, so I don't need to change it at all. So basically what I want to return in this case is I want to return the string C plus recall the method, which is called changeXY. So changeXY with the remaining part. So in this case, it'd be ode X, right? So I would recall it recursively with the string C. I guess I should probably put that in quotes, and then recall the method. All right, and then this particular part, when I run that method, it'll do the same thing recursively. So it'll take the first letter, O, right? And I don't need to change O. So then I will return O plus recall the method with one less letter. Okay, and so we're going to keep doing this again and again. Sorry, that should be O, not A. We just keep doing this again and again, right? So we could write it out again, but this is just going to call recursively, and each time check if the letter is an X. So dot 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 dot. Maybe that's a bad example. Maybe I should do one like this. So let's say I called change XY with XAB or something. Not really a word, but whatever. So in this case, I would recall the method, except I would change this X. So I'll have to have an if, and so now it'll return Y plus change XY with the substring. Okay, so it's going to be similar to the last one where we have to get it one letter at a time, right? And then recall the method with one less letter, right? So we're going to be doing two different substring calls here to handle that. All right, and so the base case, you can do the base case as a single letter, that if it's X, change it to Y. If it's not X, just leave it as the same letter. But I think the easiest base case is actually going to be to have a blank string. So go all the way down to a blank string, and if it's a blank string, then just return a blank string. So at like the very end of this, right, I would just have call change XY with blank, and then it would go back up the command call from there. Okay, so at any rate, that's going to be my base case. So if str.length equals 0, then I just want to return nothing, basically, because it's a blank string. So the change x y of that is you don't have to change anything because it's a zero length string, right? Else, so if it has more than one letter, I want to get the first letter, and then I'm just going to call substring 0 to 1. That'll give us the first letter. All right, and then to get the remaining part, so if we go back here, to get the remaining part, if we labeled some of these indexes, like we'd have 1, no, we'd have 0, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, right? So I just need to call, to get the remaining part, I just need to call from position 1 on. So ignore position 0 and go from position 1 on. So to get the rest of it, I'm just going to call it sub because it is a true substring. And then it's going to call from position 1 on. So I'll get all the remaining letters. All right, and so the if, or what I do here is dependent, right? So I'm either going to return, the letter itself plus recall the method with the substring. So I'm going to either do that, or if the letter happens to be in X, I want to change it to a Y. All right, so we're going to basically do, here would be the other one, return Y plus change XY. Okay, so the only difference there is If it was an X, then I want to make it a Y. So we just need an if here that says first letter dot equals X. Then I want to replace that letter with a Y. Okay, else. So if it is not a Y, then I just want to return whatever the letter is plus change XY of the remaining letters. So sub really represents the remaining letters. Okay, so we're recalling the method with a different string each time until we get to a 0 length string. All right, so now close your eyes, cross your fingers. Oh man, compilation error. Line 12. Oh, okay, so it looks like I need another to close off my if there. Cross my fingers again. Okay, looks all right. So yeah, just doing some substring calls here. Again, if you have any questions, post them on the blog. Thank you for watching.